We just, really, it was the nail in the head, delusional, this is well, more money, and I just got fed up. The other 5 of them are kind of that way, but I've brought them along the argument, you know, with climate and some of these things as kind of a project. And 5 of them are still my closest friends, and some of them support my organization financially. And Wall Street, they're not bad people. There are sociopaths on Wall Street, but there are sociopaths in the hospital at Mayo Clinic and in the real estate developer and in the lawyers. I mean, it's they're following the cultural signals that we gave them. Yeah, are they greedy? Are they addicted to money more than the average person? Yes, but they're not bad by that sense. Now, to answer your third question, there's a guy who I now already have forgotten his name, but he was a managing director at JP Morgan for 20 years. He called me yesterday and said, I read about your stuff, let's talk, because I'm doing the Capital Institute.
John Fullerton.
Yeah, so he contacted me yesterday.
Yeah.
So, yeah, those people are speaking up, and I think that makes sense. Standing up there in the back.
Yeah, what do you think about the degrowth movement, and if you like it, how could we make it contagious?
The question's about the degrowth movement. I don't know a lot about it. I think the degrowth movement should have happened in the 70s. Now degrowth is going to happen no matter whether we vote for it or support it or not. It's going to happen. So we need to plan degrowth, basically, and react to it, I think, is the strategy. But all those people are similar cloth to those in this room. I just think that maybe people don't understand energy basis of the economy, and so they think that this will continue organically for longer than I do. Yes?
Hi, I would like to go revisit something that you said earlier in response to his comment, and that was that your belief that the investment in being locally and investing in our local communities and things like that is valuable and it's worth the extra money that it's going to take. And I would just like to raise the question about people in our communities who maybe don't have the luxury to spend the extra money on investing in our locales. And so like people working in contingent labor, so multiple precarious jobs with kids, rely on public transportation, and they don't have the time or the resources to do so. And how can we include them in this movement in a way that is like fundamental to this movement, so that the award is becoming somewhat elitist?
Great question. Did everyone hear that?
No.
Summarize.
So the issue is, if we're willing to do local initiatives to keep things local, but that they're going to cost more, are we leaving out the lower income people that have 3 jobs and kids and can't afford the luxury of paying more for food and things? That's a central part of my talk, is how are we going to face this? I think in addition to the local initiatives, there are going to have to be philanthropists and local people that make sure that that demographic is involved. To be totally honest, I'm an analyst. I've figured out what's going to happen. This last part of my talk is very new to me. I don't know what to do. So I'm the hippie-looking braided man there, is a poverty expert, and I brought these things to him, and he's trying to convene experts in this area because, yeah, that's a big, big problem. And we have the fancy restaurants and the sushi places are sold out, yet there are people that can't even afford basic goods right now.
Okay, can I continue?
Yes.
Okay, so then that actually ties into another comment that I wanted to make about another point that you brought up, which was that you said before that it's probably going to be in the hands of the wealthy and in the average to design a new carrot.
Well, I didn't mean wealthy average, meaning leaving out this.
Yeah, I know,
No.
and that's what I can tell by your last comment, but I just want to feed off of that and say, like, maybe we should consider the act of people with more resources being to kind of take a position of humility and share these resources.
Fully agree with that.
Yes. So
Fully agree with that.
Create a horizontal platform where everybody can be included in these discussions of like how we're going to transform our relationship
Well, I'll put it back to you in another way, that people that are in the lower income brackets are really hurting, but they also have an opportunity to perhaps figure this stuff out and do it on their own and lead as an example for others, which might sound difficult, but I sure think it's possible.
It's happening.
Yeah, I mean, I don't, yeah. So thank you. I hope that was helpful. Yeah.
Just a comment, maybe it's not enough to just lead by example. Maybe there needs to be some concerted organization. You mentioned at the beginning of your talk that your job was to cold call billionaires.
Yeah.
Maybe we need to cold call billionaires. I mean, you know,
Change your values.
figure out how to make it happen. It seems scattered to me.
I'm still doing that, by the way. I'm still calling them for different reasons. And it's very bizarre to me that some of them absolutely understand the energy thing, but they don't believe climate is human caused. And some of them, like Jeremy Grantham, are totally convinced on climate, yet they don't think about the economy. It's the belief systems. It's very hard to find someone that agrees with you on all 6 flavors. But I totally agree with you. I think because, and the other thing, I wrote a post about this a few years ago, there's a chance that all this money goes poof anyways. I mean, their billions they should spend them towards social good while they can. But, you know, that doesn't, they didn't get to where they are following that logic. Yeah. So I'm happy to stay as long as we want. This is over time, so if some of you want to clear out and are bored by this, you know, maybe give a minute or two, but I'm happy to stay for another hour and answer questions. Yeah, is it under the
I
light?
like the mic.
It's on.
You, sir.
Me?
Yes.
The comment about the tribe and the battle, I want to echo that earlier person that talked about working beyond our tribe, and you had the phrase the battle between, I think, was it business and environment or something like that?
Ecologists, I said,
Okay.
yeah.
I think what we need to do is find the common ground so we're not battling. You know, we talk to people about saving energy and renewable energy, which is good regardless of climate change and regardless of ocean acidification. And the other thing I wanted to touch on quickly was, you know, and you just said it, the issue of is it human caused or not. I think one way to look at this is it doesn't matter what happened in the past. It doesn't matter if it's human caused up till today. If we can just ignore that argument, and let's focus on the idea that if we don't do anything, it will become human caused. Just to kind of turn it around a little bit and not think about blame in the past and who caused it in the past, but if we're not careful, it will become human cause.
I hear what you're saying. I think the larger issue than human caused or not human caused is what can we do about it realistically. That's where you have to have common ground with people. Because, you know, my Wall Street friends, actually all of them believe in what I'm saying. They just believe it's 50 years down the road, not 5. Yeah. That means that they don't have to worry about it, except for their kids, and by then some technology or something else.
Have them talk to the insurance industry.
Yeah, the insurance industry is very worried about climate, as is the government. Yeah. Yes.
You mentioned addiction, and I'm just wondering what you think about this. I actually find a great deal of hope in the process of recovery from addiction, and I'm wondering what you think in terms of applying that concept to recovering from the addictions that we share in our culture and in our society that are keeping us in some of the behaviors that are so destructive. Because willing away those behaviors doesn't seem to work very well.
Well, I'm an addict and I've never really recovered yet, so I can't speak to your suggestion. I've just switched addictions, you know, to the internet and to agates. But yeah, we are addicted to fossil fuels. We don't really, they're kind of black and slimy and taste bad, but we're addicted to the properties that they give us.